Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. It really does help the algorithm. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $2.81, trading within the range of 271 to 283. We're up about 2.5% on the 24-hour. We finally did break above that 280 mark. Let's see if we can turn it back into support and head up from here. But if we don't turn it into support, we will drop back down below it. And now we're going to go down that old rabbit hole. Joel Katz, the NSA XRP secret Patriot architect. Before Ripple, before XRP, there was Joel Katz and David Schwartz, a cryptographer with documented NSA work on his resume, and a patent from 1988 that looks like proto-DLT. Let's open the file and see what we can dig up. The patent nobody read. In 1988, Schwartz filed US 5025369. A multi-level distributed computer system. Granted, in 1991, it described splitting a task across many PCs, hierarchical network fault tolerant. Why it matters? No, it's not a blockchain, but it's early thinking on distributed network consensus of work decades pre-Bitcoin. Mainstream press has covered this exact patent and timing. The Fort Meade breadcrumb. Schwartz himself wrote, I spent some time in the early 2000s at Fort Meade and other NSA facilities because the company I worked for received a contract to do some work there. That's from his blog, not rumor. Screenshot and NSA story. Public bios echo it. Multiple bios note he built encrypted systems for organizations, including the NSA. Client contractor worked long before Ripple. The 1996 NSA cash paper. Meanwhile, another file. How to make a mint. The cryptography of anonymous electronic cash. An NSA paper explaining anonymous e-money primitives. Digital signatures, blind signatures. Lines converging. Timeline. 1988 to 1991. First patent on distributed systems. 1996 to 97. NSA's eCash primer. 2001. Schwartz on site worked at NSA facilities. 2011, co-architects XRP ledger at Ripple. Bio. Call it a coincidence or call it continuity. What's actually new here? Most people parrot he might have worked with the NSA. Here's the new connective tissue. His own first-person NSA account, dates, and facilities. The original patent PDF with 1998 filing date often misquoted as 1991 only. The NSA's eCash paper specifics, not just headlines. The Patriot architect theory. Hypothesis, you judge. The U.S. needed faster programmable cross-border rails to compete with SWIFT. A U.S. cryptography with NSA-grade background helped design a bridge asset system. Later, that becomes XRP, running in real corridors. This is inference, but the breadcrumbs exist. The man speaks. Schwartz has publicly joked and shared about the NSA stint, even linking the story from his X account, so we're not pushing a ghost rumor here. So Joel Katz and the NSA, is it a clever myth or a strategic reality? Did the government-grade cryptography quietly shape XRP? Comment down below and tell me what you guys think. XRP is more than just solving payments. It's laying the groundwork to reshape U.S. finance. 1.5 trillion in liquidity unlocked, 7.5 billion in savings, full legal clarity on the way. Don't let short-term dips blind you from the setup. The 4-year cycle patterns are being broken. The market is moving from speculation to real utility, and that changes everything. And I've already stated this once or twice. Once utility kicks in, that old cycle is going to be completely irrelevant. Those old charts, completely irrelevant. Is Ripple Fed 2.0? Banking charters, reserve master accounts, 20 plus ETFs incoming, 5 to 8 billion inflows could flood within months, a multiplier effect set to explode XRP. Let's hear what they have to say.
And several other assets have started to slide, but that really could change it, is the ETF. You think the ETF, is it more important to have the ETF or the banking license? If you could only have one, what would it be? I think both are going to happen.
Wow. That's incredible. Now you did that to me, Paul. You made me.
What's most important?
Well, listen, what I'll say is most important, I believe, is that banking charter and that reserve master account, because I do believe that Ripple is going to serve as the Fed 2.0 in the new digital on-chain economy. And I do believe that, the launch of almost 20 ETFs, we could see that happen in October if they do it. And I do believe we could see 5 to 8 billion inflows in a month or just a few months. And then we have to remember too, that the market cap myth doesn't work on these assets because these assets have utility and that's why they're not the same. And then that multiplier effect is just simply for the audience, how much money at any given time it takes to push through the buy and sell walls to move the price up.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. So,
Well,
I think that's a huge impact on this market all the way around.
If all those ETFs get approved at once, Lord have mercy, it's going to be some crazy times. And just in, the ledger's new AMM polls enhance liquidity and system performance, benefiting holders with recent upgrades. XRP is constantly upgrading and moving forward. Here's an update on the flare burn rate. Another 66 million flare has been burned this month, on track toward 2.1 billion burned. Total flare removed so far, 1.4 billion flare. Ripple and the BIS settled from the beginning. XRP settles all cross-border transactions of the BIS, single-handed taking over the industry. Let's check it out.
Like Switzerland and China, all testing out the digital currencies. How are you gearing up for the disruption of money with central bank digital currencies? How will it change the way you and other banks operate in future?
Probably fundamentally. While we're not formally involved, no foreign banks are involved in the Chinese ECNY. I think we're as close to that as we can be to understand how that digital currency can be used for cross-border trade. Going back 5 years, we had digital currency underpinned trade finance and money settlement systems, and using as a medium of exchange, using things like Ripple's XRP, for example, as a medium to affect real-time cross-border payments.
They've already been using XRP and Ripple in the background. They were just very slick and sly doing so. And here's a major milestone. Zebec is now SOC II compliant. With Gate Knox leading, we bolstered security and trust, ensuring client data is protected with institutional grade compliance across payroll and cards. Independently audited by Prescient Security, full report will be published shortly. Ripple launches live payment demo with XRP RLUSD. Is Swift finished? Forget closed door banking pilots. Ripple just dropped a public demo of Ripple payments, and it runs RLUSD plus XRP. For the first time, anyone can see how the rails of global money could work without Swift. Let's break it down. The demo is live August 30th. Ripple flipped the switch. Anyone from banks to fintechs to curious individuals can test live cross-border payments using RLUSD plus XRP. This isn't hype. This is Ripple saying, watch how the future actually works. RLUSD is the engine. Ripple's USD stablecoin powers the demo. Convert instantly into 50-plus currencies, real-time FX rates in history, enterprise-ready reporting, stable, regulated, transparent. RLUSD is Ripple's answer to Circle plus Tether, but enterprise grade. XRP equals the bridge. Here's the savage part. Ripple shows what banks fear most. XRP erases Swift's chokeholds. Instant liquidity between fiat and digital. No pre-funded accounts. Settlement in seconds, not days. Swift equals the fax machine. XRP is Starlink in Elon Musk terminology. Institution-ready tools. This isn't built for degens. It's built for banks. Real-time reports, payment tracking, beneficiary management. Ripple is telling JP Morgan and HSBC, here's your upgrade button. Transparency move. Unlike closed bank sandboxes, Ripple threw this demo into the open. Remittance firms, corporates, regulators all can test it today. This is Ripple flexing confidence. We're ready for prime time, baby. The context, this launch comes after RLUSD minted in Japan with SBI. RLUSD integrated into Aabe's RWA DeFi market, and stablecoins processing 33 trillion per year. More than Visa plus PayPal combined. Ripple saying TradFi, DeFi, FX, we're connecting it all. The war zone. Ripple's demo lands as Circle, Stripe, and even Google fight for blockchain payments. But Ripple's card is openness plus XRPL speed. Google can talk. Ripple just showed the receipts. What this signals, this isn't a testnet gimmick. It's a proof of dominance. Ripple Payments is enterprise grade, live, and transparent. RLUSD plus XRP are the rails. Swift's monopoly is cracking at its seams. The line between TradFi and DeFi is officially blurred. Ripple just made the future of money publicly visible. If this demo scales, if institutions bite the floodgates for XRP, liquidity could blow wide open. Not just cross-border payments anymore. This is new financial operating system, and Ripple just let you touch it. Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.